I started my New Red Shoes after my mom told me a story about growing up very poor in a small town in New Hampshire and feeling really ashamed of the clothing and shoes she had to wear to school. A lot of the times the shoes were just whichever shoes were cheapest in the store that year. One year she had shoes that she hated so much that she purposely tried to ruin them so she wouldn't have to wear them because she was so ashamed of them. And a lot of times her clothes didn't fit properly and there would be accidents on the bus or on the playground where things would rip, and she was just really kind of horrified to be in front of the other kids in those items. And the story particularly struck me because my mom has told me quite a few stories from her childhood lately, and they're all pretty sad. She had a rough time, but this one made her cry. And I wouldn't have guessed it would have made her cry, but it really touched her in a way that some of the other things in her childhood did not, and it made a great impression on me. When I first started, I was hoping that we could help 20 or 25 kids and that some of my friends could get together and just collect clothing and shoes. And what happened was I realized that there were tons of homeless kids in our own community, and also that tons of people in the community wanted to help. So that first summer, even though our goal was to help 20 or 25 kids, we ended up helping 354 and having extra money left over for the next year. And I knew that I was on to something. And I just went to community groups and schools and churches and synagogues and told everyone the idea, and it just caught fire.
So one of the reasons why the organization was founded was to address a really specific and focused component of the barriers that homeless and low-income children face to going to school on a regular basis. And so while we don't address everything, we do this one very specific thing so that that one barrier is eliminated and that kids at the very least can have those shoes and clothing so that they can be more confident, get more excited about school, and attend more regularly.
There's actually a study in Santa Clara, and they surveyed homeless children, and it was found that 21% of the homeless children they surveyed cited a lack of appropriate clothing as one of the primary reasons that they had low school attendance. And we hear all the time from students who feel embarrassed or ashamed of the clothing just because it's too big, too small, it looks worn, or it's not appropriate for the season. And these are students who don't want to raise their hand in class because they don't want everyone staring at them. They can't afford the cool clothes that everyone's wearing. And you know, a student who is great at basketball and can't join the team because he doesn't have the appropriate footwear. And these are just some of the stories we hear all the time. And so for these students, it's a really simple gift, new shoes and clothes, but it really has a remarkable impact on them. And just, I think the smiles on their faces really speaks for itself, the impact of this gift. My New Red Shoes provides gift bags to homeless and low-income children throughout the Bay Area. And we call it a gift bag because we want it to be a gift, not a handout or a charity, a special present that gets the kids excited about going back to school.
When the organization first started in 2006, we provided that new pair of shoes, and then we also collected brand new clothing, and we worked to match the clothing style and the preference to a child on that wish list so we could really make that direct connection. It turns out that not unlike, as we know with kids and certainly adults too, we want to make our own choices about what we wear, and our styles are very specific, and we actually decided to adapt our model so that we weren't giving the clothing itself, but actually giving a $50 clothing gift card. And we were fortunate to partner with Old Navy, who became our clothing partner and gave us a really significant discount on those gift cards.
And I've handed the gift cards to the parents and said, you know, here's a $50 gift card for your child to go back to school shopping. And they just get tears in their eyes and say, oh, a $15 gift card? That's so generous. And I have to explain to them that it's a $50 gift card. And for some of these parents that have 2, 3, 4 kids that are all going back to school, and they just worried about how am I going to get these kids clothing for school, and the school year's approaching. Now that's just one burden that they don't have to worry about. The idea that all of their children can get new shoes and clothes for back to school just takes a huge weight off of their mind and gets everyone excited about the new school year approaching.
That was the main event, the gift card. They couldn't wait to come and get their shoes and then receive the gift card and go shopping that same day. You know, they would, come on, Mom, let's go. Gotta spend the gift card. It's burning a hole in my pocket. And that was all I had, was the gift card. And so I'm very thankful to my new red shoes, because I didn't have any money. And that was what they got, what was on that gift card and those pair of shoes. So they didn't have to go to school looking raggedy. They went to school looking nice the first day.
In addition to this $50 clothing gift card to Old Navy, we also package this gift or these items in a gift bag that's hand sewn by a volunteer. And that gift bag has a special iron-on tag the volunteer can sign. It says "Made with Love" by Jennifer. And it really gives that personal element and makes this feel like a gift.
And inside each bag is a brand new pair of shoes, a $50 gift card to a clothing retailer, and a school supply, calculators, pens, markers, crayons, just something special, an extra accessory.
And one other thing that we do that helps it feel like a gift is that we also give what we call a first day card, which is a message from a volunteer, whether a child or an adult, that wishes the recipient good luck on his or her first day of school.
That was heartfelt. I think for all of them, when they opened up the gift and they saw the card that the child had written to them, or whoever it was, from the red shoes, it just touched their heart. They said, "Oh, Mom, look, they even wrote us a personal card," you know. It was very sweet, very sweet.
And so we get to hand this child an actual gift. It's personalized. Volunteers help us package these gift bags, and they're really deliberate about choosing the right color or the right first aid card as well for a boy or for a girl or for a specific age. And so it really does have that personal feel to it, which is a critical element of our services. My New Red Shoes works to engage children and youth in service as well. So what we do is we'll often go to a school, we'll make a presentation about My New Red Shoes, teach the educators and the students about what we do and how students can get involved. And then from there, kids can pull a group together or their class together in a service project or a small fundraiser. That could look like the kids getting together and sewing gift bags and personalizing them, or creating the first day cards. So we have lots of options for teens to get involved, and we use a service learning model. And so in getting them involved, we're teaching them about the importance of service, and then giving them a chance to apply those skills through either a volunteer project or a fundraiser that benefits My New Red Shoes.
When the kids receive their gift bag, their faces just light up with excitement, and I've seen them look in the bags and say, "A brand new pair of shoes." And the little boy that's starting kindergarten for the first time with a pair of light up Superman shoes, and he'll put them on immediately. And I've seen these kids start stomping around, admiring the lights on the bottom of their shoes. And students who go to sleep for their first night before the first day of school in their new shoes because they're so excited to wear them the next day. And they run to their moms and dads and show them and say, "Look what I got, it's a pair of new shoes." And for these kids, sometimes it's the first time that they've ever gotten something new, something that no one's worn before, something with the tag still on it. And that's a really special thing for these kids.
This last summer, I had the chance to help distribute gift bags, and I remember giving one to a little 5-year-old girl who had been kind of watching what was going on and watching us give the gift bags to the other kids. And she had noticed that there were some pink sparkly sneakers that were kind of in the mix that other kids were getting. And so she was standing there, sort of anticipatory, and when it was her turn, she said, "Do I get a pink pair? Do I get a pink pair?" And as I handed her the gift bag, I said, "Well, I don't know, you'll have to open it and see." And I actually had no idea what shoes were in that bag, because we don't know exactly. We match by size, but not necessarily color for the kids. So when she opened up her gift bag, it was in fact the pink pair of sparkly sneakers, and her face just lit up, and she was laughing, and she put them on right away, and they fit perfectly. So she was so excited and giddy, and it was just this wonderful thing to see.
My New Red Shoes doesn't only give children the material things that they need, it gives them the confidence that will last them a lifetime. One day they may grow out of their shoes, grow out of their clothes, but the confidence that they receive the day they receive their new shoes and their new clothes will last them a lifetime.
My vision for my New Red Shoes is that no child will have to arrive at school without the clothing and shoes that they need to succeed. And so if there's a child in New York City or in Los Angeles or in Chicago, that my New Red Shoes will help them arrive at school feeling proud and ready to learn, and that their local communities will support them and let them know that they're being cared for and thought of on that first day.